What's going on? Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It is 7 o'clock. Good morning. And it is Tuesday morning, February 20, 2018. Okay. What is that?
23.
No, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Well, today we're going to comment on the gospel from yesterday's Mass. Okay? We weren't able to do the commentary yesterday. And I don't want to miss commenting about this particular gospel passage, because I think it's a very significant gospel passage that we need to understand correctly and properly. It has many implications. Okay, it's a very long gospel, so I will skip the reading of it. It comes from Matthew chapter 25, 31 to 46. But the gist of this is the teaching of Jesus about how to attend to the needs of others, how to serve others. Okay? When he was saying, I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. Naked and you clothed me. Ill and you cared for me. In prison and you visited me. Does that in any way sound familiar? What are those things that Jesus enumerates here? Where do we find those things, those very same things that Jesus enumerates here? The corporal works of mercy. Very good. The corporal works of mercy. Okay? So, how many corporal works of mercy are there? 7. Okay? There's 7 corporal works of mercy. Okay? What is the other kind of mercy? Besides the spiritual works of mercy. Okay? So this particular gospel, Jesus talks about caring for the needs of others as an expression of the virtue of charity. Okay? Let us remember that charity is the most important commandment. Right? When our Lord was being challenged, okay, we have so many rules, so many laws, what is the most important? Then Jesus said, well, everything is important, but, if you try to look at the foundation, the basis for all of those rules and commandments, those commandments really stand on 2 legs only. And that is, one leg is love for God, and the other one is love for neighbor. Love God with all your strength, with all your will, with all your heart, with everything you've got. And then love your neighbor as yourself. The standard for loving your neighbor is the standard of how you would rather love yourself if there was only you to love. Right? That is the same way that you love your neighbor. Now, Jesus is here giving us some very concrete ways of how to actually love your neighbor. Right? And he was saying, hungry, give food. Thirsty, give drink. Stranger, welcome them. Ill and sick, care for them. They're in prison, visit them. And what was the 7th? Corporal work of mercy, which is not enumerated here, but in the commandments of the church, it is specified. What is that, Jacob? Bury the dead. Right? Bury the dead. So you see how our Lord wants us to take care of everything from beginning to end, while a person is alive, and to also care for the remains of that person when he dies. See? And this whole cycle of charity is really an expression of how important every human being is. How important the life of a human being is, and how important not only is the soul to the person, but the entire being of that person, including his bodily needs. Okay? Including his bodily needs. And the reason for that is because man is a unity. Man is a unity of body and soul. Okay? So we are not just all souls. If we are all soul and that's all that matters, we will be angels, of which we are not. Okay? Neither are we all body. Okay? We are a union of body and soul. So in the practice of our faith, the most outward expression of the love we have for our neighbors is shown in two ways. One is the spiritual works of mercy. The other one be the corporal works of mercy. And in this case today, we are talking about the corporal works of mercy, as this particular gospel of Jesus today, or yesterday's Mass, helps us to understand. So, what Jesus is teaching us here is we have to attend to the physical, bodily, corporeal needs of people. And towards the end of this, he says, whatever you do to the least of my brethren, you did it to whom?
Me.
To me. Very good, Mia. You did it to me. You did it to Jesus. Okay? So whatever kind of ministering we do to the others, we should always see Jesus in them. We should always see Jesus in these people. Okay? Every time we minister to the needs of others, every time we serve others, we should understand we are not only serving so-and-so, we are not only serving our brother, our sister, our mom or dad, we are actually serving Jesus. And that's a very, very nice thing to keep in mind all the time, right? Especially here at home. We have plenty of opportunities here, right here at home. You don't even have to go out to feed the hungry or the homeless in the streets, or donate clothes, or I don't know, visit the sick elsewhere. Right now we're all sick, or some of you are sick, right? We don't have to go out even of our own household to put into practice what Jesus is telling us in this gospel. Besides, charity begins at home, right? And this corporal works of mercy is all a question of charity. The charity we give to others, right? The help we give our neighbors. Well, who are our neighbors? Okay? There's that other gospel where Jesus was challenged and asked, well, Lord, who is my neighbor? And then our Lord gives the elaborate story of the Good Samaritan, right? So, whoever is in need is your neighbor. But we don't need to look far. Does your brother need a second serving of that dish? Does your sister need something to wipe her hands with? Does the floor need sweeping? Does your sister need a good, kind word for now because she needs to be consoled? Does your brother need some help, I don't know what, fixing something, organizing something? Does your sister need this or that? Does mommy or papa need some help here or there? Where are we? Where are we to help? Or do we think only of ourselves? Do we love ourselves too much that we forget to love others? That we forget that our neighbor is right beside us? Right? That the little things that we can do for our neighbors, for our brothers and sisters and mom and dad at home, we are doing for Jesus. We're doing it for Jesus. We're doing it to Jesus. So I guess that should be our takeaway this morning. Takeaway idea for this morning. would be, let us always see Jesus in our brothers and sisters and in everybody and everyone we deal with. So that maybe instead of seeing Joseph or Jana or Mia or whoever, we see Jesus, then maybe we will be talking to them in kinder words. Right? Maybe we're not going to be yelling at each other when we talk to each other. Maybe we're going to be the first to extend help when they need it, rather than wait and see who's going to do it first before me. Right? Maybe we're even going to raise each other, to serve each other, because we are serving Jesus. Because Jesus said, whatever you do to the least of my brethren, you did it to me. Okay, and this Lent, this time of Lent, it's a very nice mortification to offer up. Right? Because every time we go out to serve the needs of our siblings, we need to go out of our comfort zone. Right? We need to stand up from the chair. We need to move over there. We need to watch what we say and say something kinder. We need to hold our tongue, and instead of shouting or yelling, we say something calmer and in a nicer way. Right? So it's a very nice mortification, a very nice kind of sacrifice to do during Lent. Let us think about this today as we wrap up this gospel, and always think that anything we do to each other is always done to Jesus. Okay? Okay, folks? Okay, Mia? Huh? Is that clear, Mia? Good. Okay, I hope we remember that. Okay, we're off to Mass, ladies and gentlemen. Let's wrap up. Have a good day, everybody. See you when we see you. Bye. Oh, I don't have clowns around me today. Where's everybody? Okay, bye-bye. There you go.